Give it a second.
All right, we have 8 people in right now. Oh, it's up. We're live right now. Hold on. All right, ready? All right, let's go.
All right, guys, welcome. First episode of Beyond the Screen Weekly. This is Talkin Beyond. I'm Marlene.
And I'm Blake.
So, first topic is Blake. Can you tell me what's going on with Morbius?
Well, it's supposed to blow. Um, well, so supposedly a lot of the stuff that we got in the trailer is not in the movie, and it is just not getting very good reactions out of these screenings.
Oh no.
Yeah. Supposedly Michael Keaton, spoiler alert, is not apparently in the movie until the end credit scene, which sucks.
What?
Yeah, so there's just a lot of bad reactions. Like the actor, I think his name's Matt Smith. He plays Morbius's brother in the movie. He
Yeah.
said he came out like on Twitter today or something and said that the the script confused him. Like he was confused of like his character's backstory and what his motivation is and stuff. Like even if actors are saying it's bad, it's probably not the best.
Yeah. So we have cutscenes and the fact that it might not be the best movie right now.
Yeah.
Ah. Anything else coming out that's gonna get pushed back possibly? I know the Dragon Ball movie actually did just get pushed back. So Dragon Ball Super Superhero did get pushed back due to the leaks over at Toei Animation. Don't know when we're actually going to get a definitive answer of when it's going to come back. It was mid-April. Now it might be May, and I don't know if this affects the NA release, but that's kind of where we're at now. What about Doctor Strange? Was anything? I heard Bruce Campbell's stuff might get cut too.
I hope not, dude. Bruce Campbell's sick as hell. I really hope he's still in the movie. I think it'd be like a fun addition to have his character return from like those Spider-Man movies, like the Usher and the restaurant host and all that stuff. I think it'd be awesome to have another just cameo like that from him.
Yeah. Because he's always been in the Spider-Man movies, but I mean, I think he was supposed to be Mysterio at one point.
Yeah, in Spider-Man 4, there's like that leaked concept art of him being Mysterio.
Yeah. And then in video game news, I don't know if you've seen it or if you still play Fortnite, but Fortnite actually removed building from the game for right now. I guess it's part of their Chapter 3, Season 2 intro cutscene. So, yeah, building's completely gone, and you have a lot of streamers coming back, like Dr. Disrespect, Tim the Tatman. Everyone's coming back to start playing, and I'm wondering, like, do you think this is more of a test to see if, like, this game can survive without building?
I hope so. I mean, like, I they probably will have it not be all game modes will have not building in it. They'll probably have like a building and a non-building game mode going forward, which I don't know. It might get me back on the game. I haven't played that game since like season 4, season 3, something like that. So it's been a minute. But all like the people just spamming the building and stuff in that game made me check out. So I hope it stays around. We'll get some more people having fun with the game again.
Yeah, because for me, I stopped playing like quite a bit ago before they did the whole. I guess when they started doing the live concerts and stuff, like it's been a minute, like since before they even
Yeah.
wiped the map. But because a lot of the time it's like it's such a huge learning curve where this game is like geared towards kids, but you have like all these sweaty tryhards just doing all these crazy builds. I actually think this is something similar that happened to League of Legends, where they lowered the skill ceiling and like so that you can get in and be a lot better at the game without needing as much skill. So I think it'll be interesting to see how that goes forward. But yeah, no, I mean, other than that, not a whole lot of splash going around with games. I mean, I know Escape from Tarkov had a scare where because of the whole stuff in Russia and Ukraine, like the servers might have got pulled down, but it looks like it's still playable. I know a lot of people were scared about that. But yeah, no, not a lot going on with games right now other than Elden Ring. I know you're playing that, right?
Yeah, that game is nuts, dude. I can't put it down. I freaking love it. That game, and then I'm hyped for the Lego Skywalker saga, dude. I haven't played a Lego game in years, but that game's got me hyped.
So is it the whole thing? Like, is it all of Star Wars, or because I mean, technically,
Yeah,
it's all
so
Skywalker, right?
it's all 9 movies, and then they have, I think if you pre-order it, you get it for free. It's like a DLC with like Mando, Rogue One, and Solo: A Star Wars Story, where you can play through them and have all those characters and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So that'll be kind of fun to see through that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, outside of that, I mean, I guess we can kind of move on to our next segment, which is going to be a day in history for us. So a day in history, well, about 3 years ago, March 22nd, 2019, a little movie called Us came out. Did you watch the first one by Jordan Peele, Get Out?
Yeah, I've loved pretty much almost. I know I've loved all of his work so far. Get Out was pretty nuts. I remember seeing it in the theater. Well, I didn't really have like super like a lot of hype for it because all I knew really Jordan Peele from was Key and Peele, and then I just saw like the buzz around the movie like when it first came out, and I'm like I have to go see this, and it like blew me away in the theater, dude. It was awesome. And then like how'd you feel about that movie?
So I mean, Get Out itself, like, well, I know there's actually like a alternate ending, which I thought was a little interesting. But when I first watched the movie, right, it actually was maybe I think about a year after it came out. Actually, it was like right before Us came out because I thought it might have something to do with each other. But I thought it was very interesting to see that essentially they were farming, you know, people of color to because they had superior genes, they wanted to be live longer, which is ironic, right? Because you think historically, especially with U.S. history, it was always thought to be the opposite. But yeah, us I really really enjoyed because I mean what it took place at Santa Cruz and somewhere place I always went to growing up. But yeah, no, it was very interesting to see how they portrayed that area. But yeah, the oh, what is going on there? Thank you for the subscription. I was like, that's a very loud alert box. Let me see if I can mute that. That was loud. All right, there we go. All right, we're back. Um, but yeah, no. As far as that movie goes, loved it. The twist at the end, where it's technically the good person is the bad person, but the bad person's actually good, type thing. I thought that was super interesting.
Yeah, no, I thought Us was a pretty great movie, honestly. A lot of people hate on it because it's kind of weird, I guess, and not everything makes sense. But I don't know. I thought it was a really enjoyable movie, and it is cool to see like areas that are kind of near us, like portrayed on film. Like with Santa Cruz. It's cool, like just seeing that in film, like we've gone there growing up and stuff.
Yeah. Now leading up to the newer one coming out, Nope. I think it still has the same dude from that was in Get Out. So like, how do you? I think this one's about aliens, right?
I think so, yeah. So the trailer kind of like it doesn't directly say what it's about, obviously, but like you can kind of tell it's aliens. Um, like I love alien movies. I That's like my thing that scares me the most is like alien movies. Like ever since I was a kid, bro, alien movies scare the hell out of me. So I'm really, really hyped to see what Jordan Peele does in that genre. And with David, I think Kaluuya, I think that's how you pronounce his name. The guy from Get Out is returning. Um, so I'm really really hyped for that one.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to even try to pronounce his name, but yeah, no, I'm super hyped for it just because it's something different. Like, I'm huge into horror, right? So this kind of being more of a thriller because it is like kind of not so much supernatural, but an ultra terrestrial type of deal going on. It's gonna be super interesting how to see that goes out. Yeah, my mom had a really funny reaction. We're in the theater and she was like, "Oh hell no!" When was it Kiki
So
Palmer? She just gets taken away in the tornado, I think.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it'd be super interesting how to see that one plays out. Let's see. As far as today too, actually, yeah, 20 years ago, in video game history, actually, Resident Evil remake came out on GameCube, and then 6 years before that, actually to the day, Resident Evil came out on PlayStation 1 in Japan. It was one of a kind, survival horror at its finest. Like, have you played any of the games since then?
So I've actually never played the first Resident Evil.
Okay.
I've played Resident Evil 2, and then I played the remake of that. I played 4, 5, skipped 6, and then 7 and then 8. I
Yeah.
played a good portion of them, but actually never played the original one. Resident Evil 2, I guess, is the most similar to it, but I love that one, definitely. So you're definitely more versed in that Resident Evil world than I am.
We have Ron asking, what movie are y'all seeing next? Actually, I think the next movie we're gonna go out and see is gonna be Morbius. But you actually did just watch what was it called? X?
X, yeah,
Yeah.
I just went and saw it last Thursday. That one is pretty awesome. It's like a kind of like a throwback to like 70s slashers movies. It's about like literally like a porno being shot on this dude's farm, and these I don't know. And then it just turns into like a slasher movie, and it's nuts. Um, and it takes place in the 70s. It's a fun time, but it's pretty gross, very bloody movie. But I enjoyed it. But yeah, so I think our next one we're seeing is going to be Morbius. I think it's comes out about a week from now, or a little bit more than a week.
Yeah. Actually, what's today? Tuesday? It comes out next Thursday.
22nd.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
comes out next
so
Thursday.
31st.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see it, even though we know that breaking news we had earlier. I was looking forward to see if Michael Keaton was our Michael Keaton, or like, what are your thoughts about what universe it's in? I have my money on the Andrew Garfield universe.
Yeah, so I don't really know what's going on with it because I think it makes the most sense for it to be the Andrew Garfield, but also somehow the Vulture's in it. So and then they showed the picture of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, but also that is not in the movie too. Twitter people confirmed it. That scene of the Spider-Man on the wall is not in the movie. Um, so I really have no idea what universe it is in. The director said it's definitely in a Spider-Man universe, but
We just don't know which one.
yeah, it's just kind of up for debate. I guess we'll maybe find out when it comes out.
Now, do you like when people when they're doing that? It feels like they might be using Spider-Man as the selling ticket for it, because now, one, Michael Keaton's not in it. Spider-Man's no reference to Spider-Man's in it. The Venom technically was hinted in the trailer, and who knows if even that's in the movie itself. So I don't know about how I like about the advertising around this movie, because it's like, hey, come watch our movie. We have this in it. It's very similar, I feel like, to Godzilla, where they're like, hey, we got Bryan Cranston in it, and then all of a sudden Bryan
And he's in it for
Cranston's
five
dead
minutes.
5 minutes into the movie.
Yeah,
Like, he just gets yeeted off.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's low key like false advertising a little bit, but you can't really say that too much because a lot of stuff goes on. They don't want to step on toes of other movies, and they don't want to like interfere with like the MCU, and they don't want to interfere with like like the Venom movies and stuff. So it kind of depends. Like, I guess we'll have to wait till the movie comes out to really say like specifically, but I I don't know. I really don't like when movies like cut out. It sounds like the best scenes from the
Yeah,
trailer.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't really agree with it, but
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah. So, um, and I guess back to Resident Evil, right? Resident Evil Village might get some DLC soon. It was announced almost
That'll
a
be
year.
sick.
Yeah, it was almost announced a year ago. I mean, I love the game. I speed run it about once a month now. I'm trying to get sub 2 hours right now. I'm at like a 2 hour and 6 minute speed run. And then I know there is a new Resident Evil series coming out, but it's a reimagining where it's going to take place in New Raccoon City. But Lance Riddick is actually going to be playing Albert Wesker. So they are kind of doing a race swap there. I love Lance Riddick. I've been watching him ever since I started watching Fringe way back in the day. Have you ever seen the show Fringe?
I've never seen it. I know Lance Riddick. He's in the John Wick movies, right?
Yeah. He's the counter guy. He's the
Yeah,
counter guy. Yeah.
I like him in those movies a lot.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see him as an Albert Wesker, just because like we're so used to a specific type of Albert Wesker. But I think he can still handle that like swagger that's on there, and he has like a brooding kind of tall, slim build. So it'll be interesting how that plays out.
Definitely.
And did you watch the movie? One that just came out?
No, I have not watched it yet. I've been hearing mixed things. So like people that are like big Resident Evil fans are like, it's like it's ripped straight out of the video game. But then some people are like, it sucks. So I don't know. If I see it, like if it goes on like some streaming service, I'll probably watch it. But I don't think I'll pay to watch it. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. Now for a spotlight on something that I'd like really got into lately. I don't know if you started watching it yet, but for everyone that's watching, first and foremost, please leave a like, comment down below, share it to anyone else. We'll be still live for another 14 minutes. But outside of that small plug, From on Epix is this new show that I really feel like if it does hit Netflix after the season's done, I do believe it's going to be 10 episodes this season. I think it's going to blow up. Like I really, really, truly believe that it's about to blow up when it hits streaming services outside of that. It's going to be really, really cool. Because it has Harold, I forget his last name, but it has a dude from Lost that's in it, and it's very, very much has this feels of like early Walking Dead when it came out, right? Like that phenomenon when it just aired and everyone started losing their mind. And actually finally got a response from one of the actors actually on the show, so maybe we can see about getting an interview with them down the line. But is there any shows that like you're watching lately that have been interesting?
I've been trying to catch up on Ozark. I like Ozark a lot.
Yeah.
Um, I need to watch From. You and one of our guys from work were talking about it. And it sounds pretty interesting. I need to catch up on it, especially if we're gonna try to get somebody on the show for an interview.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been watching Ozark. Looking forward to Stranger Things season 4. Yeah, that's basically what I'm watching right now for series, at least. Just kind of catch up on that.
Yeah, so I think outside of that, the only thing I've been watching is actually Miss Maisel. That's also on Amazon Prime. It's essentially in like the 50s, 60s where a woman's trying to be a comic, and it's at a time where if you say anything raunchy in public, right, they actually like the cops would just throw you in jail just for like cussing or being explicit in public. So it's really interesting seeing like comics come from an era where essentially your voice was policed, and you kind of you can kind of see that now online with Twitter and different social media where certain things are getting blocked for viewer discretion, or anything that's too explicitly that could be viewed as homophobic or racial. Everything's blocked nowadays. There's a lot of censorship, and I think it's fitting that this show kind of explores that, because they're doing a lot of what freedom do you have with speech if you're policed like that.
I feel it. I haven't watched any of that show, but it sounds kind of interesting how they do like a little twist on like modern topics, I guess.
Yeah, just happens to exist like an old time. I don't know, I just like the way they dress now.
Speaking of series, bro, we got what, 8 days till Moon Knight?
Yes, Moon Knight. I'm super hyped for, because if you guys haven't seen our breakdown of Miss Marvel, you would know that we are very, very, very excited to watch that show. Like, I think
Moon Knight, not Miss Marvel.
Oh yeah.
We're excited for that show. Not Miss Marvel.
But if you see, but I mean, they watch our Miss Marvel one. We're pretty excited for it, right? You excited for Miss Marvel?
Not really.
Okay, well, on Moon Knight, who's the guy that's playing
Oscar Isaac?
Oscar Isaac, yeah, he was Poe, right? In Star Wars.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about this one. I don't know how I feel so much about the animated suit, because it looks a little The transformation was kind of dope, but I feel like it might be a little too wavy. But I'm super excited to see this one because this is really going to tell us whether or not Disney can, handle this type of content. Very similar to how Daredevil and Punisher and that kind of, style worked.
Have you? Sorry to interrupt, but have
Go
you
for it.
seen that clip of him in the elevator? They released it on a. They released a clip from the show.
Oh no, I didn't.
It looks like a horror movie, bro. It's badass. It looks pretty good. It does not look like a Disney property at all, dude.
Yeah, I think that's what made the Netflix series so special. Outside of Iron Fist, like they're really they're really good shows, right? And so I think it's gonna be really interesting to see how this plays out because this type of not so much like grittiness, but like this will show if like a sneak peek into Deadpool, right? Can Deadpool exist in this universe in this kind of climate? And so, but also I believe that Disney Plus is actually doing a like adult content version, right?
Yeah, I think they're gonna start using like because they got access to the catalog of all like the Warner Brothers movies, or not Warner Brothers, excuse me, Fox, 20th Century Fox. So they have all that catalog of movies, so they can throw them on Disney Plus and have them on like a different section. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They can throw like Daredevil, Deadpool, because they have access to all those movies now. Um, and I don't know if they're gonna make like they're gonna make Deadpool solo movie rated R, but he's gonna probably like cross over with other heroes, and you're gonna see a PG-13 version of Deadpool. Which I mean, I think they can pull off. Like Ryan Reynolds has a bunch of PG-13 movies where he's still pretty much Deadpool.
yeah.
He's just not as raunchy.
Well, I mean, Once Upon a Deadpool was Deadpool 2.
That's
With,
true. I never watched it.
I thought it was funny because like, and this is why I said like when he gets introduced, I think it'd be hilarious that they let him like it'd be like a PG-13 movie. They just let him cuss and go wild, but he keeps getting bleeped. Like I feel like that'd be this.
Like, 'cause you can make it like a meta thing that
Yeah,
he keeps getting bleeped.
but like
He can
no
like
one, yeah,
mention that he's in a PG-13 movie
yeah,
now.
and no one hears the bleep but him.
Yeah, or like he like mentions that like they got bought by Disney or something. You know what I mean? Like they have hella money now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But outside of
that'd be
Moon Knight,
interesting.
yeah, Moon Knight looks good. Miss Marvel, we're gonna watch it because it's Marvel. Maybe they change my mind. I'm just not the biggest fan of the power change.
I hope it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's good. It's just outside the power change, is whatever. But Moon Knight has a lot of implications too, right? Because we can probably get the 4 Dark Horsemen with it. Because if Punisher's coming back and we're getting Blade and we have Moon Knight, if we can get Ghost Rider, that'd be dope as heck. Well, we're getting Morbius as well. So technically, Morbius, Blade, Punisher, and Moon Knight at one point were like this group that was kind of like the anti-heroes again. But I just can't wait for these like possible like horror movie type crossovers. Because Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is technically supposed to be shot like a horror movie. No, Sam Raimi,
Movie, yeah.
huge
I
background.
can't wait for that, bro.
Yeah,
I'm so hyped for that movie.
dude. Yeah, it's gonna. Well, now moving on to our last segment, a movie that was, well, I mean, supposed to be a horror movie, but I seem to have laughed a lot more through it than I expected. Moving on to our Marky Mark rundown of the week. So recently we just rewatched actually, The Happening. Now, Blake, The Happening. What was one part that stood out to you?
Um, well, okay. Let me break it down. So the movie is essentially about the Earth being mad at humans for polluting and being evil and like species or whatever. So all the plants in the world are emitting toxins that make humans kill themselves. And Marky Mark is walking with his girlfriend and his kid, or it's not their kid, but somebody else's kid,
Yeah.
and like a group of other people, and another group next to them just starts offing themselves. They start killing themselves, and everybody's looking to Marky Mark. What do we do? What do we do? And he just goes, "Come on, I need a second. I need a second. I need a second." And he doesn't do anything. He just keeps telling them that he needs a second. And while like this guy is literally killing kids next to him, and she's like, "There are kids in the group," and he goes, "I need a second. I need a second." And it's just the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. There's also a scene where he talks to a tree, like an actual tree, and it turns out to be a fake tree. I don't know. It's a great movie. You should watch it. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I give it 5 Wahlburgers out of 5 Wahlburgers. That movie, like, I remember being scared watching this film, man. I was like, dude, they can, like, people are just killing themselves. Like, it starts off, and when they just start jumping off of the buildings, bro, like, it's insane to me. Like, I was like, oh my god, that's crazy.
That scene's actually okay. Like it gets off to like a decent start, but then as soon as it cuts from all these people jumping off the building, and it immediately cuts to Marky Mark being a science teacher. And he's like, "Come on,
The
guys!
bees,
All the
man.
bees are killing themselves. Don't you think that's weird? Like, take an interest in science." It's just, I don't know.
It's like Marky Mark. Don't talk to me about science.
Yeah, Marky Mark's not a science teacher.
Yeah, but that movie it threw me for a loop because I was so used to, like, I was scared. I was hella scared, and then you watch this, and I'm like trying not to laugh most of the movie, but I feel like that's a if I go back and watch Signs, I'm so afraid that I'm gonna hate Signs after watching it again.
No, Signs is good.
Signs is
Signs is
good.
literally like a top 5 movie for me, bro. I freaking love Signs. It's so good.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
actually still scary, bro. Like watch it, bro. Like actually. I think it's on like Prime or it's on HBO. It's still a good movie. It holds up.
Well, we'll have to check it out. Well, and on Thursday night stream that's coming up in 2 days on the 24th, we're going to be announcing our next Marky Mark movie that we'll then review on Tuesday next week. Um, I'm I'm not even sure which one I want to do.
There's so many options.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit wild. But as we kind of close up here, if you guys do want to support the channel, we do have a donation button in the description, and every Thursday we're gonna be raffling off a gift card. I think the next one's actually going to be a $20 gift card to Starbucks. Obviously, you can add it to your guys' mobile wallet. But any thoughts as we close this first stream up?
Um I don't really have anything. Just watch Marky Mark's movies. His catalog is amazing. Best actor to ever live. He has a questionable past, but he's still a good guy.
Hey, we don't talk about the Vietnamese. Yeah, and then Santi, it's good until you realize water is the best way to beat them, bro.
Dude, it's still good, bro. It's still good.
Yeah. Well, you know what movie kind of started ruining it for me anyways? I think it was Signs 3. I think it was Signs 3. It was 3 or 4. When
There's no Sign sequels. What?
No, sorry, not Signs. Scary Movie 3 or 4.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Scary
where they do
Movie,
the finger
dude.
things.
Well, no, not just that. When they're like, "Oh, what was that on screen?" and they'll like replay it, and instead of rewinding, the alien just walks back the other way. It's
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
oh my
It's still a
god.
good movie, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, it's it just it oh my gosh, yeah. Well, anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for us today. On Thursday, you know, be back here at 9 p.m. Today we had to start a little bit later, kind of had some stuff going on. But yeah, Thursday, 9 p.m., we're gonna have our second episode of Talkin Beyond. We're gonna go through another day in history on that one, talk about new breaking news that's happening, and then revealing what our next Marky Mark movie is. Um, Anything for the people at home, Blake?
If you guys want us to watch any specific Marky Mark movie, shoot it in the comments, and we'll check it out.
Yep, just give me a second. Say hi to your mother for me. But yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. Like I said below, we do have the donation link. If you do donate, you enter automatically into our raffle that's going to happen on Thursday night. But yeah, that's it for today's episode. I'm Marlene,
I'm Blake.
and this was Beyond the Screen Weekly. Thank you.
Later.